Hey, good morning, everyone. So this is your recorded technical training Tuesday. I am going to be out during the time we normally do training, and I'm going to be taking a class at the Valley Board of Realtors regarding mediation and professional standards. And it's really super important for me to stay up on that stuff for you guys in the event that you ever have an issue with it. So we're going to do this via recording. So I am going to share my screen. And today's training is the one we tried to do a couple weeks ago, but we were having some technical difficulties. So it is about client testimonials and reviews, why they're important, how to get them. And I'm going to issue you a challenge at the end of the training. And we're going to have a fun little contest with a prize. So here we go. We're going to keep this kind of short and sweet, and we're just going to run through this as quickly as we can. I don't think this is a topic that we need to drag out incredibly long, but this is a very important part of your business because what we know is that none of us make a living off of one commission. One of my favorite questions to ask is, what is the biggest commission you've ever received? The biggest answer I have received before in Alaska was $50,000. And we all know that you cannot retire off of $50,000. So it's really super important that we cultivate that repeat and referral business. And this is one great way to do it. So let's get started. Okay. So, sorry. Why is it important? 97% of consumers say they search for people to do business with online. If you're not one of those people, I'm sure you know one of those people. I remember I had an aha moment about how important referrals and client testimonials are and online reviews when it was probably about 4 years ago. I was at Century 21 and I had some clients sitting in my office, definitely of the millennial generation. We had been out all day long seeing homes. And they said they wanted to take a minute to discuss and think about it. And they said, do I have a recommendation for a coffee shop where they could just go and kind of unwind, get some coffee, and really discuss, like, just between the two of them, which house would be the best fit for them. And immediately the husband pulls up Yelp and starts reading reviews of coffee shops. So if they're reading reviews of something as simple as coffee shops, what do you think they are doing with regard to the biggest purchase of their life? So that is why this is so important. Another statistic for you, 73% of consumers say that positive reviews make them trust a business more. This isn't part of the presentation, but it made me think of it when I read that. What do you do with negative reviews? And we'll handle that question at the end. 85% of consumers say they trust online reviews as much as personal referrals. So that's why we're doing this today. That's why this is important. And let's just move on. So here are places that we can obtain reviews. Facebook, Zillow reviews, Playster. You can actually enter in the back end of your brokerage provided websites your own reviews. So if you have, if I showed you, you guys would probably laugh at me, but we used to send out a paper review, and I still have folders of those paper reviews that I could enter into my Playster site. Google reviews. I think Google reviews are huge. Real Satisfied, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute, and realtor.com. I'm sure there's other places you can obtain reviews, but these are the main ones that I think would be important for you. All right. So I'm going to move this over here. Why would you want to use your Real Satisfied account? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to get with Maddie. Send her an email today. Say, what is my Real Satisfied account? I need it. I need to get into it. If you just kind of signed up when we sent you the invite and ignored it, this will hopefully inspire you to do something differently and actually do something with this. This is something that the brokerage provides for you to help you build your business. And it would be a shame not to utilize it. So why would you use it? It's brokerage provided. You already pay for this. Why would you not utilize it? It's very, very simple. This is my favorite part, and my biggest motivating factor is number 2, auto syndication. Your client testimonials automatically can syndicate to multiple websites. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. And then social media marketing. If you're like me, who struggles sometimes to create content to use in social media, if social media is a big part of your business, or you want it to be a big part of your business, but maybe you're like, I'm just not creative, or I'm not funny, or whatever, I don't make cool videos or whatever. This is an awesome, awesome way to have valid, quality content without actually having to do any of it yourself. So if those are not motivating factors, I do not know what is. Okay, so this is what they look like in Real Satisfied. Here's just a couple that we've received over time. They come out and they come with this little graphic. You can change the color. I personally like the purple. I think they naturally come out in green depending on what they are. The cool thing about this, a couple things you need to know about Real Satisfied. 1, we have to send them for you. 2, we're not going to send them unless you ask us to. You can send them on your own, but if you want us to send them for you after the close of a transaction, we're happy to do that. You just have to tell us. Sometimes, like I know I have sold a house to somebody that is very heavily involved in our industry, and they wanted me to be able to use that marketing information, but they didn't want me to send it to their work email address. They wanted me to send it to their wife. And I understand why. If you've ever purchased a house in this industry, you'll know that people, we have lots of friends that are inspectors and lenders and whatever, and they'll come to you and be like, why didn't you use me? And I think that was the case with this person. So we ended up doing the testimonial in his wife's name using his wife's email address. And that is possible. So we need to know all that information that you want us to send out. Also, if you have a fear of, hey, what if they say something that I don't necessarily want out there? Like I've even had a positive review where it didn't really sound that great because it was just really vague and the way they worded it just wasn't that great. You have the option to publish or not publish. You also have the option to send them a Starbucks gift card as a thank you, which makes it super easy. You don't have to do any of this, but it's so simple that the system's there and available to you. You just have to use it. So the next thing is I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to share my Real Satisfied account. So here I am on my Real Satisfied account. And here's where we get testimonials. Lori has absolutely knocked it out of the park with client testimonials and referrals. But this is one of the places that you can send invitations to either buyers, sellers, lost listing presentation. This is one I have not seen anybody use yet, but it would be very interesting to know why you lost a listing. Obviously, you wouldn't be using this in your marketing, but it certainly could help you in your business. And then peer, which you could utilize that for lenders, title companies, inspectors, other professionals that you work with, or maybe just a really excellent referral source. Like I have one person that has probably been extremely instrumental in my business, and I've never sold them one property. They refer me people all the time, but they're still in the house they originally bought like 30 years ago. So this is one way that you can do that. I'm actually going to go back to the presentation. Okay. So like I said, you just send them, enter their information, they get this nice little email, and then they fill out the survey. Make sure that they know that there's going to be a part on there asking if they want to leave a testimonial. I noticed that there are quite a few people that get excellent reviews, all super high scores, but at the end of it, the people click no to the testimonial. That's actually not extremely beneficial to you. On your Real Satisfied, you want to make sure that you have all of the items clicked on that you want these reviews to either syndicate to or encourage reviews on other platforms. So it will automatically syndicate to your realtor.com. You just have to click this on and make sure that it's linked to your realtor.com profile. If you don't know if you have a realtor.com profile, you probably don't have one, because you would actually have to have set that up. Facebook, same thing. You would need to link it to your business page. If you don't have a business page, it will not link to a personal page, because obviously you don't receive testimonials on your Facebook page. And then Twitter too, it will automatically share to your Twitter feed. Twitter's not huge, but I'm of the mindset that anywhere your clients might be, I want to be there too. Maybe I'm not extremely active there. Maybe I'm not spending a lot of time and effort and money there, but I want to be all of those different places. It could also, they'll also encourage reviews via Zillow, Google, and Facebook. Here's what I know about anything that you're trying to implement into your business. If you are not utilizing a system to do this, a very purposeful system, it's really, really hard to stay consistent with it. And here's what I know. Consistency is everything. It's like really easy to jump in and do something really easy, or really time consuming one time, but to stay consistent with it is really, really the key to success. So here's my system for doing client reviews. One, prepare the client. I would suggest, I like to send a text. I would send a text right after closing, maybe before closing, and say, hey, one of the things that's going to happen is you are going to receive a questionnaire about the services I provide to you. This is how I build my business and let others know about what I do. I would love you to fill that out. So please watch for it. Then you send the review request. Maybe you could say, okay, it's been sent. Let me know if you didn't receive it. Follow up, just making sure you received it. You are able to remind them in Real Satisfied, but I've noticed that it is not as effective as like a personal call or text or Facebook message to say, hey, I just want to make sure you received that. And that will hopefully prompt them to fill it out. Also, you might want to prepare them up. At the end, it'll ask you if you want to receive a testimonial. This is where you would become very valuable to my business if you give a testimonial, because it will automatically share it to various places. One of the things that it didn't mention in the slide before is that because it is automatically linked to realtor.com, it will also automatically feed to your Playster site if you set it up that way. If you need help setting it up, Maddie would be happy to help you get that set up. You're going to need like I think it's called a link key to put into the back end of your Playster site. Also, afterwards, send a thank you. So I'm really lazy and I like things, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm not really lazy, but I like things that are really simple, even if it costs me a little bit more money. So right in the Real Satisfied platform, there's the option to send them a $5 Starbucks gift card. I think you can send up to like a $15 gift card if it's like a really fabulous client. As a thank you. I utilize that system because it's easy, it's there, and I know it won't, like the ball won't get dropped. You could do a lot of other things, but I would recommend once you receive a good review, send a thank you as a follow-up. Who could you obtain reviews to? Maybe you're newer in the business, maybe you just got your business going, past clients, peers, and business partners. All of those people can receive reviews. It's pretty specific within the Real Satisfied platform. It's buyers, sellers, lost presentation, or peers. However, like Google reviews, Facebook business reviews, all of those reviews don't necessarily have to be from those things because they're not being verified. But maybe somebody knows you're like a rock star in a certain way because you've helped them with something. Don't be afraid to ask those people for reviews. Business partners would be great, lenders you've worked with, title agents that you've worked with, inspectors that you work with. Maybe you're part of a business networking group. Those people, all of those people can give you reviews in really valuable places like Google, Facebook business, even LinkedIn, if you're involved with that. All of those places you can get really great reviews without having to link it to a specific transaction. So I love a challenge. I love a game. I love a contest because I'm a competitive person. So here's my challenge to you. I know when you get this, it's going to be Tuesday afternoon. So show me 10 reviews, 10. They have to be new reviews. I have to be able to verify when they were received. And we're going to enter your name in to win some AirPods. I love AirPods. They are one of my favorite tools I use in business because I can use them on my computer, and I just freaking love them. I know that there's some Android lovers out there, and I know there's, I think like Bose or something has an equivalent to AirPods, and I will happily purchase that if the Android person wins this contest. But 10 testimonials by February 28th, and we'll enter you to win, and I will draw the name next week. So lastly, I think we did pretty good on making this a quick one. Closing thoughts. The very best marketing of all is happy clients. We've talked about this statistic before. When people are interviewed, consumers, 74% of them said they would use their realtor again, but only 12% actually do. And that's because we do not stay in contact with them. A lot of times people, after they're over, they close, they're on to the next thing. And so it's really good to capture what a great job you guys are doing. I know you're doing a great job for people because people tell me, I see it in the numbers, but we need to let the public know what a great job you guys do. So I hope you guys all have a great week. I hope you enjoyed the recorded training. If you notice the hearts, it was supposed to be around Valentine's Day because it was like a love theme that our clients love us. And I'm looking forward to sharing some information from the professional standards and mediation that I'm learning. So I hope to see you all this week. So let's end the Zoom.